Hi, thank you for joining me today. Today is October 11th, and it's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and a Thursday, and it's fantastic. I gotta show you what's been going on. So I'm gonna open my screen share so that you can see what has gotten me excited. Now, if you remember right, last night, as we were talking and going through all of this, we were actually at, let's see, negative $37.36. When I went to sleep at a little after midnight, I was actually at a negative 35.53. And currently, it's negative $30.40. It's definitely turned. Take a break, take a breather, and let's go through this. This is actually a buy, and it is with NZDUSD, or otherwise known as New Zealand USD. The entry price on this buy was at the time 0.68310. And when I said at the time, it's because I started this on June 25th. So at that time, we were doing this. My stop loss is at 0.61310, and my take profit is at 0.75310. Now let me show you something. Going down in the 4-hour time chart, you can see that my stop loss is actually 7,000 pips negative, or $70. The reason why it's so low is because it's a 0.01 lot size, and my balance is $949.90. That's why as 0.01 is the perfect size for this lot, and I can go with it for extended period of time. It's not a quick fix. It takes patience, consistency, and letting the trade do what it's going to do. My take profit is also at 7,000 pips, or $70 in profit. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, risk factor to profit. Makes it so that if there's a drawback or change in because it goes past the support or the resistance, it's not going to hurt me as much. Now, people have asked me, so why do you do on a daytime chart? But before we get into that, I want you to know something. See, there is no indicators on this chart. So it's considered a naked chart because all that's on it is the entry price, the stop loss, and the take profit. That is normally, well, for my issue, it's because I lose my memory as I sleep every night because I go through grand mal seizures. So when I wake up, I have no memory, and I have to relearn from knowing who I am, where I am, what I need to do to get going to even business, as well as learning to trade all over again. So it's difficult to learn the indicators and the supply and demand and all the things that most people would put on their chart. They draw the trend line. They would draw it all. I have found a way where I can go in a time chart and tell you how that trade's going to go just by the trend that it's had over an extended period of time. Now let me show you. Heading down to the 1-minute time chart, there is not a whole lot that you can see here. There is a little bit of movement, but can you tell me where you need to put your lines? Where your take profit and stop loss should be? Now these time charts that I'm going to be showing from the minute to the 30-minute are perfect for those that like to trade on a quicker basis. They don't have to worry. They can trade in that 30-minute time frame and do just fine. Every trader is different. Their technique and what they do is totally different, and it's unique to them. There's nothing wrong with that. Going into the 5-minute time chart, okay, there's some movement here, but tell me something. If this were likened to a novel that you love to read, and you're reading 5 minutes, you maybe got the first paragraph, if you're lucky, if you read fast. On this time chart, can you tell me what this trade is going to be doing? The trend that it has? I can't see anything. So it's difficult for me to say, yeah, trade here. There's a whole lot of risk on the smaller time charts. The 15-minute time chart, there is some movement, and it's definitely moving. However, once again, I don't have a full story. I don't have the full picture in the smaller time charts. Then I go into the 30-minute time chart, and once again, this is perfect for some traders. They do quite well here. It's just not my cup of tea, so to speak. It's not my habit. I like to go a lot longer than 30 minutes in a trade, and it works pretty well. Going into the hour time chart, okay, you might have read the first chapter or two of that book. You still don't have the full picture of what's going on. And it goes back to, it looks like July 18th of 2018. Just a couple of months. I think that's 3 from the last time I checked. And I can't see a whole heck of a lot that I can show you that you can actually see and rest assured that there's no issue. Moving on to the 4-hour time chart. Here, I can see a good deal because it goes back to November 9th of 2017. It's a little bit further. And I can see some of the pattern that this trade's been doing, the trend it's been in. Remember, the trend is always your friend. And when you're trading, you trade right, but you look left. And that's why I went back in the time chart, so you could see what I was talking about. The trend, what the trade patterns are. And now we get into the daytime chart, which is where I specifically like to stay, because it goes back clear to January of 2014. In this, I can see what the trend on this trade is, with the head and shoulders, the inverted head and shoulders, when it hit the support or resistance and when it bounced off. And going where our trade is right now at a negative $30.27, it did go down to negative $29.95 before we started. It will get back there. Don't worry about it. Because looking at this, it is sitting right where its current price is 0.65281. Now, if you go back, look left, and go back, trace it back to where it was in the same area, and we went back a little too far. There we go. Should be right about here. You can see that the pattern of the trade, the trend that's been going in, once it pulls up for you, is identical to where it is today. Right there. Yeah. And if you notice, the trade is on its way up. It's going to touch 2 to 3 times on that support, on that resistance, but it's going to go up the opposite direction. And recently, on one of the apps for our cell phone that we have, the swipe trade sent out a buy-by market, and it was directly in where I'm at, which is awesome news, because I've been following this trade since June 25th, and it's been doing exactly what I said it was going to do. And most people go, well, where else do you get your signals? And that's an easy story. Number one is Stevenson Lindor. And he just happens to be an educator at IML Academy/TV. To get access to him, you need to be in IML or iMarkets Live. And to get signed up with them, you can either reach out to me or someone else that you might be resonating with even more. A second one is Orrin Wright. Now, Stevenson and Linder and Orrin Wright are both educators at IML TV at Academy. And they both teach from beginner to intermediate to advanced. However, I've noticed that Orrin Wright normally does a naked chart. So he's teaching the way that I will show you as well. And I follow him like you wouldn't believe. Another one is Tracy Walker. I follow her like she knows everything that I've come across. And she does summits as well as webinars that will teach people how to mark up their charts and do all the trading that they need to learn to do. Another one is Christopher Terry, who just happens to be our CEO of iMarkets Live. And he's had over 25 years of trading experience. So I think I can trust him in where my money's going. And like I said, the fifth one is the swipe trades. To get access to all these people, you'll need to, one, look them up on Facebook, and two, join iMarkets Live so that you can have access to the education to learn the skills to trade. It's a win-win-win if you think about it. The amount that you learn will go a lifetime. And once you learn a skill, there's no way to take it away. It won't go anywhere. And with this trade, when we were talking, it was actually at, like I stated, a negative $37.36. And it has literally advanced and given me over 700 pips. What's a pip? It's a measurement, like a penny for a 0.01 lot size. A pip is another way of saying a certain amount in payout or stop loss. That's what a pip is. And the higher you can go, the longer you can go in a trade, the better off you can. If you trade like I do. If you don't, you can do the smaller time charts and have just as much luck, or I'm sorry, skill, that once you learn that technique, you can be paid from that technique. With the lot size of 0.01, I can go up to 7,000 pips or a negative $70 without any issue, because my balance is $949.90. Now there will be, because I've gone past a 24-hour time frame, another fee that the broker will be taking out before the end of this day. Don't worry about it. It's pennies. It's not enough to worry about. And most people say, well, okay, why don't you put in another position? Well, with Forex.com, this broker has a first in, first out rule. That means you put in your first position, you put in a second position, the first position has to come out before the second position does. Regardless if you're in negative or positive, you have to remove the first one before you can remove the second. It's just the way that the rules work for that broker, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's just rules of the game. Now, while we've been talking, I see that we're a negative 30, and we're going to let it go and see where it's going to go. I'm going to stop my screen share and see if there are any questions. Yeah, there was quite a bit of information in that little time, that 15 minutes of time. Yeah, if there's no question at this time, I gave you a lot of information. Go and re-watch this and get that information so that you know what's going on. Going once, going twice, and gone. Thank you for joining me, and if anything that I stated resonates with you or you understand it and you want more information, look me up on Facebook at Cat's Corner Skags, and we can discuss even more. You have a great night. Bye for now.